Nigerians lament over the budget of 1.5 billion naira for the mass wedding of 1,500 people in Kano State. Let's watch the video together.
As you all are aware, at a point in time, the Kano State government budgeted is a 1.5 billion for mass wedding. The wedding was concluded for 1,500 people, right? The last time I checked, it be like they say just some people will still go double their hustle. That is, this person now, they get one of them within the interview when a third wife he add.
After the wedding, each of the bride is going to go home with 100,000 naira capital to support the family. You and I fully know that this is just a disaster in the making, because you cannot go and get 3,000 people married. These people, the reason why they were unmarried is because they don't have the means to marry. Now you go and get them married. And who the hell are you leaving the responsibility for after 9 months?
Southern governments are there creating technologies, fighter jets, buy many things that will support their people. Northern leaders are here creating massive weddings, spending 1.2 billion, 1.5 billion just to create a massive wedding. Waiting to Northern Nigeria. Oh my Northern Nigeria.
One of the biggest problems we have in Northern Nigeria are not those people in the village who are illiterate, are not those people on the street out there begging, are not those people that don't even know the difference between their left and right, but those people we put in power that have nothing to offer rather than promoting pedophilic behavior, enabling early child marriage, all in the name of poverty alleviation program for what to do, what I don't really know.
Welcome to Niger Brief. There is a serious controversy unfolding in Northern Nigeria, and this is what is at the center. On August 8, 2026, Kano State Government Abba Kabir Yusuf reportedly conducted a mass wedding for a total number of 3,000 people, 1,500. The Kano governor said that the purpose of the mass wedding was to support financial vulnerable residents, including widows, divorcees, and low-income men, by helping them overcome the high costs associated with weddings, dowries, and setting up a household. But this is where the controversy begins. Many Northern youths have publicly questioned the decision to spend such a huge amount on a mass wedding. Some of these youths argued that the money could have been invested in education, security, skills development, and other programs aimed at improving the lives of people across the region. One of their major concerns is this: if thousands of people who are already struggling financially get married and start having children, who will provide for those children? Will the government eventually have to step in? They said Northern Nigeria have been facing serious challenges, including poverty, educational deprivation, and insecurity. The region also has a large number of children living in vulnerable conditions, including Almajiri children who are often seen begging on the streets. And this is exactly why some youths believe that the government priorities should be questioned. One youth described the mass wedding as the creation of a new disaster for the North in future. Another speaker compared the situation with development in other parts of Nigeria, arguing that while some southern leaders are focusing on technology, education, skills, and economic empowerment, northern leaders will also prioritize programs that can create long-term opportunities for their people. The argument is not necessarily against marriage itself. Rather, these youths are questioning whether 1.5 billion naira should be spent on mass wedding when many people in the region are still struggling with poverty, insecurity, unemployment, and lack of access to quality education. Some of the speakers even delivered their message in Hausa language, hoping that their concerns will reach a wider northern audience. And their message is very clear. They want northern youths to wake up, demand accountability, and begin thinking more seriously about the future of the region. Some also criticize northern youths for remaining silent whenever major decisions like this are made. They are calling on young people across the north to become more active, demand better leadership, better education, greater security, and more economy opportunities. At the center of this controversy is one major question: should government money be used for mass weddings when millions of people are still struggling with poverty, insecurity, and lack of education? Or is supporting vulnerable people to get married a legitimate social intervention that deserves government fundings? Guys, you need to listen to the powerful message from these northern youths and hear their arguments for yourself. After watching their statement, share your own opinions in the comment. Do you support the mass wedding, or do you believe the money should have been invested in education, security, and economy empowerment? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so.
Kuma angwaye gwamna ya ce mu ba ku shadda yadi 10 an ba ku. Gwamna ya ce a ba ku hula da za ku sa an ba ku. Gwamna ya ce mu ba ku buhun shinkafa ɗaya. Gwamna ya ce mu ba ku katan ɗin makaroni ɗaya. Gwamna ya ce mu ba ku jarkan mai domin a shiga angwanci da abincin da za a fara kafin.
It is well. Well, as you all are aware, at a point in time, the Kano State government budgeted is a 1.5 billion for mass wedding. The wedding was concluded for 1,500 people, right? The last time I checked, if you be like, they say just some people will still go double their hustle. That is, this person now, they get one of them within the interview when a third wife he had. You understand? So it's a good development. They're enjoying the dividends of democracy. Abi? Well, as funny as this will look, I'm going to sound a note of caution and warning to people that actually wants to live and enjoy this life. Because you see, as far as I'm concerned, anybody, because when you look at this wedding now, I bet you the son of the well-to-do, the wealthy, will never be found in this. Why? Because they are already capable, right? So, for a government to assist somebody just in wedding, that is to tell you there's a problem. And in regards to what becomes of the product of what is going to come out as children of this wedding, your guess in regards to their future is as good as mine. So why do I say I'm sounding this as a note of warning? Here recently, Abi, they came out in Lagos. They say Aboki, Malam, scavenger that were staying under bridge were now cutting bridge to remove condemned iron to go and sell. So where is my warning coming from? Nobody stops them do all these things, but the fact is you should be able to live with the products that comes out of this. Where I will have problem is, and where I'm sounding this as a note of warning is, by the time you have the product of this and they start migrating to your places, doing babambola, sleeping under the bridge, almajiri, and you sit down and fold your hands, that means you are ready to share from a problem that somebody deliberately created for himself. You are allowing that. So I bet states that are concerned with some of these things that may affect them later, I am telling you, up your guard from now. Up your guard from now. And when you see beggars, I am telling you, this is not the time to even give a healthy beggar 1 naira. I am telling you, it's not wickedness. This is the reality. Because doing that consequentially tells that you are enabling some of these practices. Well, just like I said, Abuji Pata, come na yabia, knock. What you remain now? Government don't pay everything now to just engage, fire, Abi. Let them fire. But the fact is, I am saying this, and at the end of the day, sincerely, it's a shame. It's a shame if you what shall we say?
Oh, the day, ladies and gentlemen. Northern Nigeria and misplaced priorities are 5 and 6. That's why sometimes when people talk about Northern Nigeria, I know emotions might be high, but there is a huge element of truth in a lot of things that are happening. The Kano state government have earmarked 1.5 billion. I repeat, 1.5 billion for a mass wedding. This mass wedding is going to cover, the 1.5 billion is going to cover for 3,000 prospective couples. After the wedding, each of the bride is going to go home with 100,000 naira capital to support the family. You and I fully know that this is just a disaster in the making, because you cannot go and get 3,000 people married. These people, the reason why they were unmarried is because they don't have the means to marry. Now you go and get them married, and who the hell are you leaving the responsibility for after 9 months? Who are you expecting to take care of the child? 100,000 is going to finish in less than 1 week. When that week finishes, what is that family going to use in supporting themselves going forward? These are the difficult questions that are supposed to be asked. And I'm really wondering who even thought about this. 1.5 billion. Do you know what 1.5 billion is going to do to out-of-school children in Kano? Northern Nigeria has the highest indices of out-of-school children. Just recently, Mbello fixed a school in Kano that the government are supposed to fix for a long time. But the Kano state government currently are having 1.5 billion to sponsor 3,000 marriages. How does that make sense? That is a complete disaster, because those couples are going to give birth to children. Who will take care of the children? How do you intend this? How do you intend for these children to go to school? Who will fund the schooling? We are just masters of compounding our problems. And now you see how the politicians and the people in the seat of power are also part of the problems in northern Nigeria. You are not thinking of opening an empowerment scheme. You are not thinking of opening a vocational center, but you are thinking of getting 3,000 couples married that do not have a job, that don't have anything doing. And you feel like making 1.5 billion is very all right, to the extent that the news made it to Vanguard and other social media and other national dailies. Is this something that you are even supposed to be proud of as a governor or as a state? Compounding your problems? Look at the out-of-school children, the Almajirais that are in the street of Kano. I was in Kano some times ago and I saw this. You go things in a jam center. The way and manner they are loitering around in the streets. And you feel 1.5 billion is okay for you to put together and go and get 3,000 people married. And you feel that is something good for you to do. These children are going to become liability. As a matter of fact, the couples that are going to get married, that you're supporting with 100,000 naira, are going to become liabilities to themselves in the following week. So I want you to make it make sense for me so that I understand. So that is why we are part of the problems. We are not finding solutions to our problems in the north. Rather, we are compounding the problems and we do not care. We're doing it without fear or favor. This cannot continue. We have to talk to ourselves.
One of the biggest problems we have in northern Nigeria are not those people in the village who are illiterate, are not those people on the street out there begging, are not those people that don't even know the difference between their left and right, but those people we put in power that have nothing to offer rather than promoting pedophilia behavior, enabling early child marriage, all in the name of poverty alleviation program for what to do, what I don't really know. And until we learn to remove these people from power for whatever reason, for whatever they have to offer apart from that, we need to remove these people out of power. If not, 1% out of our problem will not leave northern Nigeria. Because what's the actual F?
Southern governments are there creating technologies, fighter jets, buy many things that will support their people. Northern leaders are here creating massive weddings, spending 1.2 billion, 1.5 billion just to create a massive wedding. Waiting to Northern Nigeria. Oh my Northern Nigeria. How I wish the youth of the Northern Nigeria will understand what is going on. How I wish the youth will open their eyes and see those people don't wish good for us. Even Saudi Arabia today, they don't want to be called an Islamic nation. They don't want to be called an Islamic nation because they believe it's time to grow in terms of technology, create opportunities for their people, have a better security for their people, create more technologies for their people, more especially their youth. But today, Northern Nigeria, the way they choose to do is to bring poor man and poor woman together. That's the best thing we can do. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. When I saw something happening to Northern Nigeria, I felt as if, why did my parents give birth to me in Northern Nigeria? Because I'm so tired to see this kind of thing happen. How long are we going to be very good to know that we are supposed to improve? Not to keep being in 90s. We are still in 90s. How cut this short, man? I'm really tired. Wallahi, I'm really tired. We kept calling the governors, and it's not as if they are not seeing what I'm doing. They are saying it, but they kept doing this thing again and again. I call, I beg several times for them to help me and build a tech school in Yobe State, but never. Till today, the proposal is off. I'm so tired to the extent that I cannot even. I'm just tired, man. Imagine spending 4 days creating poverty instead of wealth. Now Al Jazeera have picked it, telling the world that this is what we are creating. No development, no creation of wealth, but bringing elderly poor person and elderly poor woman together so that they can produce what I don't. What is wrong, northern leaders? What is wrong? Even the Saudi Arabia that we are seeing them as Islamic nation, they don't do what we are doing. No, they don't do what we are doing. They are not doing things like that. They can never try this thing to bring poor people together and get them married. No development. Other governors are there creating people, creating job opportunity, developing their people. But we are here. The best thing we can do is bring poor people together and get married to them. This insecurity that other southern governors are trying to see they buy fighter jets for surveillance, we are not doing it. Which northern governor don't make up now and say you won't buy surveillance jet? We will support for this insecurity. None. Okay, I've been singing and say we want a tech school. It's not as if those big governors are not seeing what I'm doing. It's not as if you don't see what I'm doing. Now when I call him, they call me for phone, they tell me trash. This one will call you for phone, this one will call you for phone. Now go punish anybody who will call me again. Wallahi. From now henceforth, let me sound this as a warning. If you call me on phone and tell me to go bring any video down, I'll come online and put your number. I'll put your number online so that everybody can call you. Very trash and dirty ash people. I don't even know what to call you people again.
Mass weddings equals more children on the street, abject poverty, and if care is not taken, more terrorists, no more bandits, more Boko Haram, more whatever, more criminals. Because how do you expect you getting two unemployed people married without, and young people for that matter, people that don't even have sense? Because go and see, check the records. Check the records. Most of the people that have been getting married under the privilege of, oh, it's a mass wedding sponsored by the state government or federal government, whatever. I don't think federal government ever done that rubbish. State government. There's nothing to take home, nothing to show home. So I think it's high time we even understand that our sole responsibility in this country is to produce criminals. Yes, that's the reality. And until we start calling out our government to stop that mass wedding, what happened to mass scholarship to less privileged children? Let them go outside the country. Mass innovation, mass empowerment, not 50K, not 100K. We are talking about hundreds and thousands. Give them the money, guide them, and let's see how the northern Nigeria will transform. But what is mass wedding? Wedding what? Nonsense wedding rubbish. Yes, two most richest men are from northern Nigeria, but how many of them, do any of them own any refinery in the northern Nigeria? Do they? It's still in the south, it's still in the west. Okay, yes, the north is not fertile for whatever, but still, there are more things we can do. So please, state governors, we don't want your mass weddings. Hold it. These are light, I beg.
So the mass wedding that the Kano state government did, I mean, they did not just, give wives, free wives to people that doesn't have wives at all. No, there are some people that already have two wives and the government added the third one for them. Some have one at home and the government added the second one for them, while some lost their wives and the government is giving them free wives. Now, when you look at this, I'm going to play a video for you here. When you look at some of these people, it's very obvious that when you look at them, you see somebody that is struggling with life. He's not even taking care of himself when he's single. Now the government is giving him a free wife. I don't know if there is a plan. Maybe the government have already placed them on a payroll to be paying them monthly so they can be able to take care of themselves and the wives. Now, for those that have two wives at home, that the government added the third one for them, I'm just curious. I want to know if the government placed them on a payroll to be paying them, because bro, look at the man. He's not looking somebody that is eating food. Now imagine having two wives at home. Imagine the condition of the children. Are you sure the children at home, for those two wives at home, are already going to school? That the wives are eating well, that he requires the third one. If he cannot afford to marry the third one for himself, meaning he's not living well, why would you have two wives? You are not living well with them. Nobody is sure whether the children at home are okay. How do we arrive here? Like, watch this video first. Listen to what the last person will say. Just a one video. Listen to what the last person will say. He already have two wives. This is the third one. All of them are alive. Listen to this video.
This is my first marriage.
Okay.
And I'm not married widow. I'm married 17 years old. I'm very happy today.
Yanzu na da shekara 55. Matata ce ta rasu, shine kungiyar mu suka ta ce na ba zan iya ba. In ba tallafin gwamnati ba zan iya ba. To da yana daga cikin da aka bude ne dai na ba da sunana aka sana ciki.
Cikin alheri muka abun alhamdulillah. Ba kuma ce aka kai wannan ba ne mai tafiya da shekara dai mana neman ta Allah kuma kawo akai. Mun yi farin ciki mun yi mana Allah.
Muna addu'a insha Allah Allah ya ba mu zaman lafiya, shine abin Umar sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yanzu dai ƙari ne na kuma jin daɗin ƙarin da nayi, na jin daɗin wallahi.
As a Nigeria, what do you think about the decision of the Kano state governor? He didn't do the right thing or a wrong thing? Please, I want to see your comment in the comment section. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and do well to come back and watch more. Thank you for watching.